Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Modern Mining. Got a pretty interesting one today. I have a new device to unbox and add to the farm today. This is the Roam depin device. Helium Deployed did send this over for free to make a video on. Before you click off, I want to talk a little bit about depin and the different devices that you can get. I've had some really good ones, and I've had some really bad ones. So before we hop into this, I want to discuss sort of my thoughts on depin in general, my projects that have done very good, and then my projects that have done very bad, and what the point of me making these depin project videos are. I want to make that very clear. So after a quick word from our sponsor, let's get into it. Are you tired of your current mining pool offering pretty underwhelming tools and high fees? Well, today I'm here to talk to you about emcd.io, the sponsor of today's video, and how to make the switch and why you might want to. EMCD has a couple key benefits that put it ahead of other pools. They offer an extremely competitive 1.5% base fee. They also offer human support 24/7, so you can get any issue you have quickly handled, which is huge. EMCD has an all-in-one ecosystem that includes a staking platform as well as a built-in wallet platform. Pretty cool to have it all in one place. The biggest benefit that you'll receive with mining through emcd.io is the ability to merge mine. And not only can you merge mine Dogecoin, but you can also merge mine Bitcoin, which is massive. You can mine Bitcoin and any other merge mineable coin at the same time, fractal Bitcoin being the big one. EMCD will also auto-optimize for the maximum amount of profits for your set amount of hash rate. Why not get the best bang for your buck? So if you think you're ready to try it out, I'm going to leave two links down below. The first one is a 20% discount on commissions for the first 30 days for new users. And the other is a special link for those miners who have over 5 petahash in Bitcoin hash rate. Click that one, and emcd.io is going to give you some special offers that even I don't know what they are. So check them out, guys, and let's get back to the main video. So my goal with these depin videos is certainly not to convince you guys to buy it. I basically want to set it up and test it in my mining farm like I've done with all of these devices up top, and then let you guys make your own decision on if you think this is a device that's worth it. Because with crypto mining in general, it's very fine line between a device that's going to be a dud and a device that's going to make you a lot of money. And that fine line needs to be decided by you, the viewer. It's not my job to kind of push you towards purchasing it. So that's how this is going to work. I'm just going to set it up and document my experience, and then you guys can make your decision on your own. But I would like to quickly discuss some very bad experiences I've had and some very good experiences I've had with depin, because my thoughts on depin are mixed. I certainly would put depin a level above ASIC mining, but I wouldn't put it at the level of like consumer hardware. And so the reason for that is that depin, some of the devices in the projects are very good. The first ones that come to mind is the Entropy miner, which this one's a little controversial because you can only sell your coins one time. So I'm just waiting till I have a shitload, and then I'll eventually sell in bulk. But that is my first device in the history of the Modern Mining YouTube channel that has ROI'd. Now, probably some GPUs have, and some CPUs and stuff like that. But as far as purpose-built depin and ASIC miners, this little guy ROI'd in about a month and has already ROI'd almost twice over. So this would be my best device I've ever bought or got, and it is a depin miner. Now, on the other hand, this Aether Edge has been very good. There was months and months that it was printing $6 a day with basically no power cost. And then we have some others like the Anyone router here that generated barely any money, and I ended up turning it off because I want to save most of my bandwidth for my salad rigs right here. So that one would be a little bit more of a dud, but still somewhat of a legitimate project. There is a team behind it. Deep right here, very expensive device, but still in testnet, so I've yet to see if that one is going to pan out or not. Now, one that was just straight awful would be this Sky X device. So I didn't even make a video on this because this is supposed to be a weather device here, and I figured out that if I just plugged it in via USB and tucked it in a drawer, I would earn the same amount of coins as if this thing was outside reading the weather. So in my mind, that's basically a scam. This thing isn't doing anything with the weather, and to compound on that, it did die not even 5 months after I got it. So it's just basically a piece of junk now. I had to actually dig it out of the trash for this video. So now we get into the Roam here. And looking at the project so far, it does look like it is closer to the good projects than the bad. There's already a fully built app. There's already a lot of users. This is not in testnet. It is in mainnet, so you get real dollars for for your mining rewards, basically. So let's talk a little bit about this as we unbox it here. So Roam is really trying to make like a decentralized internet. They want it to be that you can basically go anywhere in the world and connect to a wireless hotspot on the Roam network that is basically decentralized. So that's what this device is right here. It is basically a router that is going to provide essentially a hotspot on the Roam Wi-Fi network. And they also have some stuff with eSIMs, so you could like go to another country and use the Roam cell phone network. I don't know as much about that, but certainly the wireless side of this seems pretty interesting. So there is an app, and I've already hooked up to the app, but I need to make a wallet on it, so I'll show you guys how to do that. And then we'll kind of go through what's the price of the token. We'll set this thing up. How much does this make? That's the biggest question that everyone on this channel cares about, and some other things. So pretty simple in the box here. Looks like we've just got a power cable, Ethernet cable right here, a couple different power extensions if this is going to be in like Europe or China or something like that, some screws if you want to mount it, and then some stickers and an instruction manual. So let's hang up one of these stickers, and then we'll get to the device setup. Man, these salad rigs can be very distracting because I see my 4090 fans not spinning. Are they do they have a great job that's using no power, or do I need to look and see if they need to be restarted or something? And there we go, that one's good, but this 3070 just stopped too. And one other question I wanted to ask you guys, do you find all these stickers too messy? I've been debating on actually just removing these because I feel like it almost looks too cluttered. Also thought about maybe painting this shelf like a darker color. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm pretty 50-50 on it, but while we do have stickers up here, let's go ahead and add a Roam one as well, and maybe one more as too over here. So let me know what you think. And that one's spinning, so I think they're good to go, but very distracting. So I didn't really show the device that well. We've got our power port right here. Right here we have 5 Ethernet options, a USB port, and that's about it. Nothing too crazy. So I will probably put this on my top shelf with the antennas kind of spread. So at a high level, for installing this, you do get rewards, like a flat fee for installing it. I think it's 3,000 Roam points, and then you have to burn those points to get Roam tokens. I don't know what the conversion rate is, if 3,000 points is 3,000 tokens. I don't know about that. But you also, if you put this in like a public area and you get people joining it, then you get additional points per person who joins it. There's a bunch of different ways to make money. You also don't even need to buy one of these. You could just get the app, and you can hook your home network up to the Roam kind of network. And I did look it up. It was apparently like secure. It's not like you're giving out your Wi-Fi password to a bunch of random people. So I think we need to go ahead and get this installed first, and then we'll go through setting up a wallet first on the app. Probably need to make some room up here. Maybe time to just take the Anyone device down, and then we can mount this somewhere up here. There is a switch up there, so it'll be really easy to plug this into. So let's do that. And man, I gotta say, it is only, what's the temp in here right now? Oh, shit, my little meter's dead. 73 degrees in here right now. It feels incredible. I'm not sweating my ass off making one of these videos for the first time in at least a few months, so that's pretty nice. I'm just gonna remove the Anyone device here. This does have a little Ethernet cord already, so that will work out well. Maybe I'll give away that Anyone device. Somebody might want it. So let's scoot this stuff over, being careful not to unplug anything. I'm looking at my little Bitcoin price meter right here, and it looks like it just dropped down to under 13,000. That's a bit concerning. It looks like something's definitely got the market spooked. And heck, at this temperature, I'm just gonna go ahead and plug back in my Nerd QX and my BitX Gamma, and hopefully these things don't say overheated anymore, because last time I tried to plug them in, they wouldn't even turn on. The BitX Gamma says I need to reconfigure it. The Nerd QX, we'll give that some time, but I'm getting distracted here. So, our main device, just plug that in right here, I'm guessing. And I don't think this thing does like bandwidth sharing. Otherwise, I may need to weigh the pros and cons of it because I have so many salad rigs. I think it's only if someone's actually like locally around me using my network, which no one should really be doing that since it's just kind of at my house in a random place. It's not like there's a bunch of random people coming through like at a restaurant or something. So I do need to install the US plug onto here. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. There we go. All right, let's go around back and plug that in. Okay, we've just got a very casual white light up here. That appears to be it. Let's move to the app. All right, guys, it's been a few days. I did have some trouble getting this thing hooked up. It turns out that the current Roam instructions are like not correct. They don't have all the steps you need to do. So I'm gonna briefly walk you through this. It's really hard to show anything on the app without kind of doxing myself. So I'll just tell you kind of what I did and show some screenshots up here where I can. So once you plug this thing in and you want to plug in the Ethernet to the like 2.5G WAN plug and the power plug, then you need to open the app. And I got a notification like 3 days later. I didn't get this originally, that said if you want to approve a open roaming kind of network or something along those lines. I didn't get a picture of the exact message, but you need to hit approve on that, and then you should get a Wi-Fi network pop up on your phone. So you have your house one, and then you have a new one that's called open roaming. So then you select that one, you join that Wi-Fi, the open roaming, and then when you go to the Roam app and you go to miners, add miner, you will be able to find the miner. Based on the Roam instructions, I was trying to go to my home Wi-Fi, the one that's plugged into the device, and find the miner that way, and I never could find it, so I ended up having to get help from their support. I told them to update the instructions. We'll see if they actually do, but for right now, that's how you need to do it. Hit approve on that open roaming message when you open the app, join the open roaming network, and then through the app, go and find the miner and hook it up. So now my miner is connected here. I'm trying to get this video out tomorrow morning, so unfortunately I will not get a payout before this video is released, but I do know from working with the team that every single day that this is plugged in, you're going to be getting 230 Roam points. So what the heck does that mean? I don't even know. We need to figure out how many dollars is that. So let's go up into the computer. I'll show you some of the features in the app that I can, and then we'll take a look at the Roam project and how much money this thing actually earns. Let's do it. All right, so hopping into the app here, you can see the basic interface. I do already have 3,250 points, and we'll break down how I got those, but obviously the 3,000 is from connecting the device. And I did get word that for those of you who buy from the Helium Deploy drop today when you're seeing this video, that reward will actually be 6,000. So that is a little bonus there. This is where you will normally see your Wi-Fi network that you're on. So for me, I hooked up both my personal Wi-Fi and the My Roam, or like the roamable network. I hooked both of those up to the Roam network. So each day you have the option to go in here and actually check in to the Wi-Fi that you're on, and that's a way to get a small amount of points. So let's go into the Earn tab here. There is staking and lockup for the Roam project. Not sure totally how I feel about it, the tokenomics of it, but they are options. So you can both stake your Roam for somewhere up to 50%, and you can also lock up your Roam, and there is also going to be an introductory period for the Helium Deploy drop where you can lock up 500 tokens, which would probably take you not too long if you have the device. And then if you lock them up for 6 months, you're going to get roughly 3,500 back. So that's a pretty big thing there, and I'm probably going to try to do that. So you have both staking and lockup. let's continue on here to the points burned. So this is what determines how much money you're actually going to make on this device. So this is a bit confusing. You earn points from different things here. You earn points from your miner when just every day for running it, when people join it. And then you also earn points for like checking in when you're on a random public Wi-Fi. If you check in, you can earn points that way. The way that you turn those points into roam is different based on where you got the points from. So there's the burning pool general, and then the mining or the miner burning pool, which is how you turn your points into coins depending on the type of points you have, though it's somewhat confusing because all roam points are labeled the same. You just have to kind of know which ones they are. So for general points, which is what I have now, I'm pretty sure the 3,000 does not count as the miner points, is 725 points is going to turn into 1 roam. And so for reference, when you check into your Wi-Fi each day, you're going to get like 10 tokens. So you have to do that 72 times to get 1 roam, which at current market price is 8 cents. We'll look at that in a second. So that to me seems like really not worth it too much. But if we go back to the miner burn pool, the conversion rate is much, much better here. 20 points for 1 roam. So in that case, if our device is generating and it's actually 210 tokens per day, then we're going to be generating about 10 to 11 roam per day, which is about 80 plus cents a day. So almost that dollar mark. And if I haven't mentioned already, this device is $500, $450 if you use code MODERN on Helium Deploy. So for $450 makes about $1 a day. You're looking at slightly over a year ROI at this point. But let's continue on through this app here. I wanted to talk about the burn mechanism because that is a bit confusing. So now I've got my miner pulled up here. I've got a couple of things blurred out, and you can go into the check-ins to see how many times you've checked into the router, and you can also go into the rewards. The rewards is really what we care about. When you check in, you're going to get 10 points. New miner added, I got 3,000, and then since the miner I checked into was my miner, I got 5 points. So for every person who's checking into your miner, you're getting 5 points if you're putting it into like a restaurant or something. Now, if we go into my points, here we can see kind of additional points breakdowns. Eligible to burn is 200. You have to wait 48 hours before you can burn them. That's not too bad. You can see these right here. And then share Wi-Fi owner bonus. So this is also happening 12 points a day. This is because I shared my home Wi-Fi to the Roam network. So I'm getting 12 points a day from doing that as well. So just with your daily check-in and your Wi-Fi owner, if you put your own Wi-Fi on the network, you get 22 points a day. Plus the 210 that you're getting from the device. That's like 230. And that's not counting if anyone else is actually using your router. All right, so if you want to check out the Roam project, it is weroam.xyz. And like I mentioned earlier, a very, very high level breakdown here. It's basically trying to make decentralized internet where you can hook your phone up to the Roam network on any Wi-Fi connection that is basically hooked up to the Roam network. They also have eSIM. So the whole thing that I didn't really mention here is when you're doing your daily check-ins on the app and stuff like that, you can get eSIM credits instead of the points, and eSIM credits can actually go to getting you an eSIM where you go to another country, you have Wi-Fi over there or cellular network from the eSIM. So if you really travel a lot to strange places that don't have cellular network, the eSIM may be the better option for you. But it is pretty established. They've got 3 million users, 5.7 million nodes growth. Not sure exactly what that means, if that's actually Wi-Fi devices or what. But there was another stat I saw somewhere that had a ton of check-ins. So people are using this, and it is relatively established. Taking a look at the Roam token here, this is pretty important to kind of understand. The first thing I'm noticing on the 1 month that's a bit strange is I don't know why it's like so flat, and then we see step downs. That seems a little bit not manipulated, but like maybe there's not a lot of volume. But you can see the max price, it is down pretty substantial, but a lot of proof of work coins look like that right now. So any coin that you're kind of generating from a free app and getting sold off is probably going to look similar. Now this is, like I mentioned, out of testnet, so you can buy and sell these, and they are on some exchanges. So Roam is on Gate, KuCoin, MEXC, so some pretty big exchanges, which is certainly a positive thing, and it is ranked 1100 right there. So real quickly, I will go over the Moken.io depin tracker. If you have a ton of depin devices, this is pretty important to have. It's going to allow you to kind of track all of those miners and see how much you're earning from them. I will say that not all of the devices work on this. Like, for example, my Anyone device shows 0. I've definitely earned on that one. My Entropy one is showing as basically nonsense, and it shows 0, and it's certainly made more than that as well. But it is cool if you go into miners here, you can see all of the ones you have and then their operation status, but unfortunately the operation status is normally not correct either. Like the deep is always saying critical, but it works fine. Now, one thing that is nice to see is you can see how much tokens that you've earned from each of your miners. So if you go to rewards here, then you can see that every single day I'm getting 1 deep, which is the basically testnet credit for my rewards. You can see the GeoNet that I'm getting about 12 a day, which is correct. And then the Aether, I'm getting about 20 as well. So it works very good for the Aether, the deep, and the GeoNet. We'll see if it works good with this Roam router as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and add the Roam router here. So I need to figure out, I think we go to miners here and then add miner. And then you select the device here. So it doesn't look like the Roam miner is in here just yet, but as soon as that gets added, then I will be adding that to here as well, just so I have that transparency of my rewards and all that. So I'm going to let this device continue to run, and kind of over time, I will keep you guys updated on how much it's made. Has it been kind of a successful device? I wish I could have had enough time to show a couple payouts, but I really need to get this out by tomorrow for the big drop. So here it is on Helium Deploy, guys. Code MODERN, $50 off. If you are interested, and it is a gamble, this is where you can buy it. And there's a couple of those extra kind of promotions that are happening. So we'll check in at the end of the month, see how this thing's doing, see how much actual Roam tokens I've gotten, and we'll probably just build a bag of this thing. And hopefully over time, as this project grows and if it becomes kind of mainstream, then our Roam tokens will appreciate in value, and then this little device ends up making way more money than it actually cost. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. If you're interested on some of my favorite depin projects, I will leave a video up to the Entropy miner up here and the Aether Edge right here. Thanks for watching.